In this video, I'm going to show you how I scout and draft in Madden 24. I'm going to be using the Washington Commanders. The first thing you need to do is get to week 1 of the regular season. I'm going to go and look at my roster because I want to know what players I have on my team and figure out what my strengths and weaknesses so I can have an idea of what I want to start doing in the draft. So we got Sam Howell, quarterback. I personally don't think he's the answer. If you're a Commanders fan and you like him and you want him to be the starter, then go for that, and then you can start focusing on trying to draft other players. Offensive line on the interior here is not looking so great. We got an aging tight end in Logan Thomas. He's like 32 years old. He's going to start regressing heavily. Running backs looking okay. Wide receivers are looking pretty decent. Defensively, they traded away their 2 best defensive ends, so we need to try to get new defensive ends in here for sure. We could use outside linebacker. Cornerbacks not looking too shabby. Safety's looking okay. So on defense, we need to focus on defensive end, outside linebacker. Offensively, I'm going to make my number 1 priority is going to be quarterback overall, tight end, interior offensive lineman. Next thing that you need to do still here in week 1 is choose your draft class. I'm going to keep auto-generated rookies, or if you want, you can download from Madden Share. You can go on there and look around, and people create realistic draft classes that are coming out from the colleges. I'm going to go keep auto-generated rookies. It's going to pull up this menu right here. You can click on prospects. It's going to show you what the draft class is looking like. It starts on the entire regions, all regions, so it has all the different players and all regions combined here. Top 5 guys, we have a defensive end, a quarterback, outside linebacker. I'm gonna scroll over and check out the quarterbacks because I really want to get a quarterback. We have 3 guys projected to go top 5, and then we have another 3 guys projected to go in the first round, so it's looking like a pretty decent quarterback class to try to draft one. And as you can see, they all have 0 on them, 0% scouted. Some of them have like a 5 or a 15%, but most of them are 0. Let's click on this guy. You can see the scouting report pretty much has nothing. It just has his height, his weight, and his age. Physicals, it's all locked because we don't know anything about him. Skills, they all have question marks because we don't know anything about them. So that's why we need to scout these guys and figure out if they're really worth being drafted in the first round, the second round, and so on. Next thing we want to do is go to scouts. And we have 1 3-star scout, 1 2-star scout, and then you have 3 1-star scouts. Everybody always gets this no matter what. Your 3-star scout is going to be the best one that you have. The main thing I want to focus on is quarterback. This guy's specialty is already quarterback, so we're going to keep him. The next thing we need is going to be defensive end. So I'm going to press square to fire this 2-star scout because he doesn't have defensive end as an expertise. Square is going to fire him. Hold down L2, go to free agent scouts. We're gonna scroll down until we find a 2-star scout. It has them all 3 stars at the top. Just need to find a defensive end guy. This one has defensive end. Press triangle to hire him, confirm. Hold down L2, go back to my scouts, and now he's over here. See, we're gonna leave this guy as a quarterback because I wanna try to learn as much information as I can about a quarterback. So I'm gonna have a 1-star scout, scouting quarterbacks as well. We do need an outside linebacker, and then we could use interior offensive lineman. So I'm gonna fire this scout. Go to free agent scouts. I'm gonna press all the way down, scroll all the way down. We're gonna find a 1-star scout for interior offensive lineman, which is gonna be IOL, which is this guy right here. So press triangle to hire him. Now we have all the scouts that we want. We need to figure out what regions to assign them in. Your 3-star scout, you're always gonna want to assign him to national because they're gonna be scouting the entire United States. So basically every single player that's in the draft. That's why they're so powerful. And then your 2-star scout, we have him as defensive end, so we need to figure out what region that we want to assign him to. So we're gonna press square to go back, go to region breakdown, and if you look on the top left, we have national, west, central, northeast, southeast. These are the regions that we have. So we already know the national is gonna be quarterback. Now we need to find a defensive end strength of a region that we can assign the defensive end scout to. So central has right end, northeast has left end. So okay, let's go ahead and assign our 2-star scout to central. So we go down to manage scouts, 2-star scout, we need to assign them to central. Boom, we got them on central. All right, now we have quarterback, outside linebacker, interior offensive lineman. Now we need to assign these 3 guys. Go back, so we have west has quarterback, so we're gonna go back to scouts, manage scouts, and we're gonna assign this quarterback scout to west because that's the strength of that region. Then we have outside linebacker, interior offensive lineman for the last 2. Northeast region strength is outside linebacker, so we're going to go ahead and leave this guy assigned to Northeast and make him focus on outside linebacker. And then the last scout we have is going to be Southeast. That's the last region that we have available, so we're going to go ahead and just put him there. Doesn't matter if it's a strength or not for interior offensive lineman, that's what we're going to assign him to. So we have all of our scouts assigned. We can look and we see national. We have quarterback assigned for his expertise, and you see the binoculars that are on there that are green, so that means that that's a strength. The West, we got quarterback with green binoculars, so that's your strength. Central, we can go offensive tackle or defensive end. I'm going to focus on defensive end, so that's why we have him there. Northeast, we're focusing on outside linebacker. All right, on Southeast, we have red binoculars beside interior offensive lineman, which means that's a weakness for this region. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to leave them there like that. You can go through and change the scout to try to find someone that matches the strengths, which is quarterback, cornerback, and strong safety. But sometimes it just doesn't match up for what you're looking for, and that's okay. Once you have all your scouts assigned, you need to go ahead and get to week number 3. And the next thing you have to do scouting wise is regional focus scouting. It says assign your regional scouts a position to focus their evaluation efforts on. You're going to choose regional focus scouting, a regional scouting focus. So you can't do anything on national because that's locked. You can't do that till later. But for now, we can do all the regional ones, which is the West, Central, Northeast, Southeast. So you're going to set focus scouting, and we want to set it to quarterback because that's the strength of this scout and this region. Then you scroll over to Central, set focus scouting. I want to focus on defensive end, so I'm going to change it to DE for defensive end. Northeast, we're going to do outside linebacker, so I'm going to change it to OLB for outside linebacker. And then the Southeast, I'm going to focus on interior offensive lineman, so that's IOL. Next week that's important for scouting is week 8. You get to do scouting national focus. You get to choose a national focus position. You know, before we couldn't do it. Now on week 8 you get to do it. We already did all the other ones. For some reason it makes you wait until week 8 to do the national one. We want to focus on quarterback, so that's what we're choosing. Week 11 is going to be the next important week to do scouting. We got a focus player here. Basically what you're going to do is choose 3 players that you want to focus on to try to learn more information about them. The most important thing for me is quarterback. So we already have this guy 100% scouted because we have 2 different scouts scouting quarterback. So that means that he was in the region for that 1-star scout that we were using to scout quarterbacks with. So we know for sure that he's not a top 5 guy. His actual true talent is a 2nd to 3rd rounder. But I want to try to learn as much information as I can about these other guys. This guy's at 95%, so I'm going to press X to choose him. I'm going to press X to choose this guy, and see this guy's 100%. He's only a day 3 draft talent, so yeah, that's not good. And I'm going to choose this guy. So that's all 3 guys. Press triangle to confirm. It says, are you sure you want to choose the following players? Yes. Simulated to the end of the regular season. You don't have anything to do here. Next thing we're going to do is simulate through the playoffs and the Super Bowl, because we're not going to have to do anything scouting wise until after, I think, free agency. After the Super Bowl is over, you will go through and try to re-sign players that are on your team who have expiring contracts. You can decide to re-sign them or let them go, and then you'll go through free agency and decide if you want to sign players in free agency. I didn't do any of that. I let the computer do all that because I'm just trying to show you how to scout. So I'm going to go back and check out the roster and see what my lineup is looking like after the computer made some moves. So we still have Sam Howell at quarterback, still going to be wanting to draft a quarterback. Still looking pretty good at wide receiver. We need a center. Could use probably a right guard. Looks like they signed Mike Gesicki at tight end. Defensively, they did sign Dorrance Armstrong at defensive end, but we still need another defensive end, and we could use an outside linebacker. We're here an off-season free agency recap, and that's the next week when you have to do scouting related stuff. We have private workouts. We're going to choose 3 players to focus on once again. Let me scroll over here and look at the quarterbacks real quick. Man, this is a weak quarterback class, huh? All these guys that were projected to go top 5 are not. They're all 100% scouted. It looks like the best ones we have are these 2 guys right here. They're true first-round talents. All right, well, I'm going to go back to all. We got to choose 3 guys that we want to focus on. So we want to try to find someone that has like 75% or higher. That way, whenever we choose them, we get them to 100%, and we know for sure if they're worth drafting or not in certain rounds. So I'm going to choose this guy. He's a power rushing outside linebacker, so we can move him to defensive end. This guy's at 95% defensive end. I'm going to choose him. Who else do we have? Scrolling down a lot here. Do we have anybody on here? All right, another power rushing defensive end here. I'm going to choose him. Press triangle to confirm. I simulated to the next week, and we're going to go ahead and start the NFL draft. I'm gonna press square to pause the draft because I don't like the clock to tick down. I want to be able to take my time. It looks like they're starting us already in round 1, pick number 14. Scroll down to make your selection and pick a player, and we're gonna see what players we have available still. Hopefully we still have a quarterback available here because that's what we need on this team. And it looks like we have one guy here. Oh, actually we have a couple guys here that, okay, so this quarterback is true talent, first or second round. And then these two guys, I'm going to choose between one of these two guys because they're actually true first round talents. It looks like Tyson Alexander might be the better one because he has A, B, B, A, and then this guy has A, A, C, B. So let's check out Tyson Alexander. Scouting report, physicals, it looks like he has elite strength, elite throwing power, marginal speed. Let's look at his skills. He has A, awareness, A, deep accuracy, A, under pressure, A, trucking, B, medium accuracy, B, short. All right, let's go back and look at the other quarterback, Darnell Hightower. Physicals, he has elite strength, elite throw power, poor speed. Skills wise, he has A, deep accuracy, A, medium accuracy. All right, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go back and draft the other quarterback, Tyson Alexander. He has hidden talent, 95 throw power. I was looking around and I'm checking out this outside linebacker. He's a run stop and scheme fit, and we definitely need an outside linebacker. We only have him 75% scouted, and he has a potential to have A to B block shed. He has B pursuit, A tackle, and his zone coverage is between A to B. So I'm gonna look at his physicals. He has elite acceleration, good agility, great change of direction, good jumping, great speed, good strength. Basically, once you get done with the first round, you want to try to find guys that have like potential to have A to B and a lot of stuff, and elite and as many physicals as possible. Skills wise, he has B awareness, A play rec, B pursuit. He has A hit power, A impact block, A tackle. So yeah, I'm definitely drafting this guy. And he has normal dev, 85 speed. That's pretty quick for a guy that's 250 pounds. It sucks that he doesn't have a hidden dev, but hopefully he has a high overall though. In the third round now, I'm looking at this right guard, Marlon Terrell. Says he's projected to be a 3rd to 4th rounder. We have him 75% scouted. He has between A to B awareness, A impact block, and B pass block and run block. Check out his scouting report. Physicals, he has elite acceleration, that's good to see. Great agility, great change of direction, great jumping. Skills wise, he has A impact block, A run block finesse. So he has a couple A's and a lot of B's, so I like him. I'm gonna go ahead and draft him. Normal dev. 4th round now. The farther you go in the draft, you're basically just looking for the potential to get someone that might be good. Looking at this cornerback, he has B catching. His man coverage is gonna be between an A and a C. Press is B to D, so he could be decent or really bad. I'm gonna go ahead and check him out. He's a scheme fit. He has elite acceleration, that's good to see. Everything else is decent or solid. That's not necessarily great. Skills wise, we know for sure he has A block shed, B tackle, B catching. I'm gonna go ahead and take a chance on him and draft him. He's got normal dev with 90 speed. I went ahead and simulated to the end of the draft, and we're gonna look at what these players are that we drafted. So the quarterback we drafted with the 14th pick in the first round, he's a 75 overall, so that's pretty good. He's already better than Sam Howell. He's 21 years old, he has hidden dev. Ratings wise, he has 95 throw power, 81 deep, 76 medium, 78 short, and his speed is 74. So yeah, not too shabby overall. Looks like we got the quarterback of the future here. Second rounder, we drafted this outside linebacker. He's a 72 overall. It's not great, but I mean, it's not terrible. And the other guys are not too shabby. We got a 71 overall, a 70, and a 70. I want to go ahead and look at the entire NFL draft and see what the rest of these guys are looking like. So the number 1 overall pick, the Jets drafted an outside linebacker. Let's see who the highest overall in the whole class. Dang, 86 overall running back that went to the Vikings, Kirk Ward. 97 speed. What the heck? Let me look at this guy real quick. I never seen a running back. He's got normal dev and he's a 86 overall. How is that possible? He's got 81 break tackle, 97 speed, 93 acceleration, 95 agility. His juke move is a 99, change of direction 92, catching 65, kick return is 80. Man, dude's gonna be freaking amazing. I can't believe that he only has normal dev though. That is weird. And who else do we have in here again? 81 overall safety. See, the highest quarterback I see was Darnell Hightower. The other guy we're looking at, he's a 77 overall. So he's like, what, 2 overall higher than the quarterback that we drafted. I want to see what depth trait that this quarterback has that we drafted, so I'm going to go and check it out. We're going to edit and scroll all the way over to player traits. Yeah, superstar dev, so that's pretty good. Hopefully this video helps with trying to figure out the scouting system here in Madden 24. I know it can be overwhelming at first, but the more you do it, the easier and simpler it gets. And the more you know about individual players, the better chance you have of drafting good players. And like I said, when you get to the later rounds, you're gonna have to just take chances, try to find players that have pretty good physical abilities. And that's gonna be it for the video. I appreciate y'all for watching.